Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be here today. Wow. Having a bad hair day, as you can see. Today is day 18, and I'm really happy. We have 3 more days left to go. We're going to be wrapping up very soon. And I love today's um, morning collective. I really love it because I think it's something that can help change our lives. So, just give me a minute as I set up the chat. And I'm just saying good morning. There we go. I'm able to chat now. Happy to have you here today. It's day 18. And how wonderful is that? So, today's topic, if you've seen it already or if you haven't, it's be someone's sunrise. Now, what does that mean? Be someone's sunrise. Any comments? Can anyone tell me what that means? And drink that water. Like I said, water brings refreshment to the body. You need it for hydration, but you also need it definitely to bring mental clarity. So keep drinking that water. Don't overdo it. Drink as much as your body weight requires you to do. All right. So you may never know. Like most, a lot of people say, "What did I do?" When you tell them that those words you said that day impacted me like this, and I felt so good about it. It made me change the way I was feeling. Or it was so good to see you acknowledge what I was doing. It made me feel even better that day. How does that happen? That happens because we may never know how deeply our presence affects or changes another person's day. We may never know. So today, let us decide to leave people lighter than we found them, no matter who, no matter what state. So if they are in a state of joy or they're happier, let's help them feel lighter. If they're not so joyous, let them feel lighter, right? And we can do anything to do that, right from talking to them to cajoling them to fighting with them. Because there have been times in my practice that I have to actually fight with some of my clients and say, hey, you know what? This is not working for you. I don't want you to feel this way. You have to get out of this. And this is the reason why I will not allow you to do this today, right? And that shows them that we care too. So the intention and the presence, it's not necessarily that you always have to be Miss Perfect, Mr. Perfect, talk nicely, always be PC. No, that doesn't work always. Genuinely deep human connection comes from truth. Genuinely deep human connection comes from truth. So let's ask ourselves this question: how do people feel after they've spent time with me? How do people feel after they've spent time with me? So while we do that, I want you to take a nice deep breath and let us center and bring ourselves to the present here as we breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out again, breathe in, and breathe out, letting out the sound ha as you breathe out. Letting out the sound ha as you breathe out. Think about someone whose presence has made you feel lighter, breathe easier. It is not because they solve your problems. Okay. In fact, people who give us advice and want to solve our problems are the people we tend to feel a little heavy with sometimes, though they may be doing the right thing, right? Not because they're perfect, but when they walk into the room, they somehow make you feel safer. Where does that come from? That's the kind of an aura they hold around them: calm, quiet, ready to listen, know that things can get taken care of. That is the aura that they carry. So, what do they actually do? What do they do? They just sit there and listen. They don't rush anything. Neither do they rush what you are saying, nor do they rush their conclusions. They remember the small things that you tell them. They smile a lot and they make space for you, right? So, notice something. None of these things cost money. None of these things are expensive. None of these things take a lot of time, right? So imagine you're boarding a crowded train and everyone is looking down at their phones. You know how it is these days. Everybody is looking at their phones. Yeah, so let me actually hold a phone and not a water bottle. Everybody's peeping into their phones. So everyone is quiet, disconnected, and then let us say an elderly woman struggling with her shopping bags gets onto that bogie or that compartment. Before anyone else moves, let's say a teenager gets up, he stands up and smiles and says, Auntie, would you like to sit here? Or Auntie, please sit here. Or Ma'am, please sit here, whatever he'd say. And the lady, struggling with her bags, is trying to make her way to sit down there. And other people pitch in by helping her with her shopping bags, making way for her. Before you know it, because one person's kindness was seen, other people start becoming kinder. So there'll be someone who'll be looking at that teenager and nodding their head, saying good morning, or someone saying good job, you did the right thing by offering your seat to that lady, right? So kindness begins that way, and because somebody has smiled, another starts to smile, another starts to talk, and then there's a child who waves, and then this boy waves back to that child. You know how it goes on little by little? That joy spreads, that kindness spreads. And just because that boy offered that seat, there is no speech, no applause. It's just one ordinary, small, simple act of getting up and saying, would you like to sit down? That's just a small kindness to someone who probably doesn't have the energy to stand anymore. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that really beautiful? Kindness, my dear friends, is very contagious. Just like a smile is contagious, kindness is very contagious. Sometimes one calm person can change the weather of an entire room. One present person, like this boy, can change the weather of that entire compartment, right? So, with that, I'd like you to think about everybody that you're about to meet today and know that they're carrying something that you cannot see. Somebody is carrying joy that they're bursting to tell somebody about, and they don't have anyone to talk about it. Somebody else could be dealing with a diagnosis of themselves or of somebody else in the family or a friend. Someone could be lonely. Someone must have had a difficult conversation. Someone could have had a dream, a nightmare that they're afraid to say out loud. Someone could be suffering quiet grief. And someone probably just requires your smile and your welcome for them to open up and say what they're going through. So leave them feeling lighter. Leave them feeling lighter. You're not trying to fix them, you're not trying to rescue them. You are just meeting them with presence. Yesterday, we said that presence has to be practiced. It's not a skill, it's a decision, and it has to be practiced, right? So, practice presence here. The greatest gift you can offer another human being is the feeling that they actually mattered. That's the biggest gift you can give a human being, the feeling that they mattered. So let's do that today. So while we get ready to do a little visualization, I'd like you to close your eyes. Breathe easy. Breathe 3 times with me. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in again, breathe out, breathe in again, and breathe out. Imagine walking through a peaceful village sunrise. As you walk, you notice every house has a small lantern outside. You are carrying a tiny lantern as well as you walk. Some of the lanterns in these people's houses shine brightly, some are dim, some have gone out. And with your tiny lantern, as you pass each home, you just hold it close enough to the other lanterns that have gone out or are dim. You just simply hold your lantern close to them. Now that other lantern begins to glow. Notice something. You haven't given away your flame. Your lantern hasn't become weaker. If anything, it seems brighter because there's more light. If anything, it seems brighter. Now think of one person you'll probably meet today. See their face. Don't imagine changing their life. Just imagine meeting them fully, listening without rushing, being present with them, looking into their eyes, smiling. And I want you to ask yourself, how do I want this person to feel after we've spoken? How do I want this person to feel after we've spoken? Choose one word. Seen, calm, encouraged, respected, hopeful. Choose a word from these. Seen, calm, encouraged, respected, hopeful. Carry that word into the conversation. Now place your hand over your heart and whisper to yourself, may my presence become a part of someone's healing. May my presence become a part of someone's healing. And I'm going to say it once again. May my presence become a part of someone's healing. Then sit quietly for 30 seconds. Just sit quietly for 30 seconds. And as you rub your hands and place your palms over your face and over your eyes, and as you slowly come back by opening your eyes, I wonder how you feel. Isn't that wonderful to be present for somebody else? I really like that. Today's experiment would be to choose one interaction, just one interaction with one person, and make that person feel like they're the only person in the room. Make that one person feel like they're the only person in the room. Put away your phone. Make sure you put away your phone when you're talking to them. Listen to understand. Remember little things, little details about them. Notice their eyes and ask one thoughtful question. Don't perform kindness. Practice presence. Practice presence. And my dear, dear collective, may you light up someone's life today. May you just light up somebody's life today. Thank you for being here. It's been wonderful. Let's keep up the streak. Let's keep up that streak, right? Let's keep up that streak. Let's meet tomorrow again. Begin again. My dear friends, let's begin again. Let's remember this. It's probably something you've done before. Go gentle, go kind, go with your presence, and make sure that you change somebody's life today. Have a wonderful day. Oh, why is my keyboard acting crazy now? Good day. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day. Bye. See you tomorrow.